Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Kingsman Basketball on the Pennant. Brought to you by Ashley Renee's Prom and Formal Dresswear. Happy to have you along. James Mason, Nate Tingle, Ian Mays. We've got a matchup between the number 20 Penn Kingsmen and the unranked Concord Minutemen. From the Palace, Sal Rhodes, Kingsman Court, or just under 5 minutes away from tip-off here. A nice scene on a Friday night in Mishawaka. It's middle school night. A lot of future Kingsmen in attendance tonight. We've got a good turnout in the student section. They're trying to dress up in some sort of Christmas attire. So tonight, Penn taking on Concord. Concord coming off of their first win of the year. Penn 2-1. They're 2-0 at home. Concord 0-1 on the road. Ian, we've been looking at Concord here since the game against Fort Wayne Blackhawk. What have you seen from the Minutemen that you like, what Penn's looking to defend in this game?
They kind of did what Penn did this year, James. They've really built more of an offense. We saw them last year kind of move slow, not really like at a great rhythmic pace, but now they're moving strong and fast, and that's what you got to like. You also got to love the growth out of sophomore Brady Emmerich. I mean, he's just been shooting the lights out, 17 points per game, around 65% shooting from the field. This kid's got a lot of promise, so I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Kuhlman and Emmerich go toe-for-toe tonight. You also got to highlight all the height again. If I was Kuhlman, I mean, the tallest guy in Concord is 6'3", and you got a guy like Mikhail Price. Just take advantage again. There's no reason to change the game plan, as you saw if you were tuned in last time on the Blackhawk Christian stream. They couldn't stop the inside, so we could see another big night from Bonner and Price.
Yeah, and you were talking about Concord and their more smooth offense this year. Well, it's a new head coach, his first season here for Concord. That's Tyler Layton. If that name sounds familiar to you, that is former Penn assistant Tyler Layton. And he was part of the JV coaching staff. And he's coming from Jimtown. He spent 2 years there, took him to a regional championship last year. Now he's moved up to Concord, looking to move the Minutemen ahead. And I've liked what he's done so far. You said it right. The offense is a lot more smooth. Now, Tingle, we've been watching the Kingsmen here. What have you liked out of the Kingsmen here in the last couple of games?
Well, I really liked how they used the height advantage, like Ian has said, but I also like Caleb Kuhlman. He's really found his rhythm. He's averaging 26.5 points per game. He can really shoot three ball well, but a play that's kind of come out of nowhere here is Christian Bonner for the Penn Kingsmen. 13 points in his last outing on Tuesday against Blackhawk Christian. He can really use his size to his advantage. He's 6'1", 220. He really uses that power to his advantage to drive down low, get those easy layups. He's a great rebounder, too. And alongside that, Price, too. He's 6'8", 224 also. He's only averaging 6.5 points per game, but he's averaging 5 rebounds per game. So where Bonner lacks in rebounds, Price picks up that slack. So I really like the down-low play that Penn can do. You have outside shooters, but for whatever reason those shooters go cold, you have Price, you have Bonner can also get the work done tonight.
Exactly, and then the point on Price, we talk about Bonner also being a good offensive rebounder, but the point on Price, not only is he a good offensive rebounder, he gets those tip-ins, those putbacks. On the defensive side of the ball, he's even better. He gets blocks, he gets those defensive rebounds that are so crucial, because when he has even the slightest advantage to the inside, you've already lost the matchup for the rebound. He already has enough of an advantage when he's got the size on you. Now you give him a step towards the hoop, he's getting that ball almost 100% of the time. We've got a minute and 17 seconds until we get the player introductions. Those will start here shortly. They've come out onto the floor. You can see that. 1:05 to go here till tip-off. We've got everyone lining up. We'll let you listen in here, the national anthem and other player introductions coming right up here. We'll be right back.
to the Palace, home of the Penn Kingsmen for tonight's varsity contest featuring the visiting Minutemen from Concord High School against your Penn Kingsmen. As a member of the Northern Indiana Conference and the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Penn High School welcomes Concord High School Principal, Mr. Jeff Petty, Director of Athletics, Mr. Dave Preheim, and Head Coach, Mr. Tyler Layton, and the Minutemen to tonight's contest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag as we take this opportunity to remember the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fighting for our freedom and safety. Their courage and efforts are very much appreciated, and we hope for a safe and quick return for all of our military forces. We honor all who have served, and ask now for a moment of silence for the brave soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you. Please remain standing as the Penn High School Pep Band, under the direction of Sigmund Martinez, will honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, introducing the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Concord Minutemen. Starting tonight at one guard, 5'9" senior, number 10, Reese Brevard. At another guard, 5'10" sophomore, number 22, Brady Emmerich. At one forward, a 6'3" senior, number 14, Parker Schrock. At another forward, a 6'3" senior, number 32, Bo Brunner. And at the other forward, a 6'2" junior, number 34, Brennan Sheely. The head coach of Concord Minutemen in his first season, Mr. Tyler Layton. Scoreboard, your Penn Kingsmen. Starting tonight, on point guard, a 5'9" senior, number 1, Ben Murphy. At the other point guard, a 6'5" sophomore, number 4, Caleb Cool. Number 22, Lucas Sommermeyer. And at one post, the 6'1" senior, number 30, Christian Bonner. And at the other post, the 6'8" junior, number 33, Mikhail Price. The head coach of your Penn Kingsmen in his third season, Mr. Barrett Coleman. Your Professionals for tonight's varsity contest are Mr. Andy Hayek of Granger, Mr. Brandon Rogers of Granger, and Mr. Jonathan Hampton of South Bend.
And there we go. We're ready for tip-off here from the Palace. Mikhail Price going to work in there for the Kingsmen. He's going against Bo Brunner. And Price wins the opening tip-off right away. Ben Murphy's got it. Here we go. Murphy inside to Bonner, almost just outside of his reach, but he's got it. He's got Kuhlman now inside. He'll pull up and knock it down. His first basket.
Yeah, they just found Kuhlman in a nice little hot spot right there, and the defender was way too short to even try to get a block on that. So Kuhlman just decided, I'm going to shoot it right over you. And just a great shot there by Kuhlman.
Reese Bavard to Bo Brunner, and it is in. That's a football connection there. Normally it's the other way around. Bo Brunner, the starting quarterback on the semi-state runner-ups. Nathan, you know a lot about that.
It's a great team that year for Concord. Well, this past year for the football team. Reese Bavard and Bo Brunner here. They're going to connect again.
And he missed the layup. Bo Brunner missed the wide-open layup. Now Kuhlman the other way. And he will lay his in, and it will fall. Then the Kingsmen take a 4-2 lead with 7 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Swing to Brunner. Pass came back for Parker Schrock. Brevard finds its way inside to Sheely. Shrives kicks out. Brevard thought about it. Moves inside, a mid-range jumper. Missed everything off the backboard there. Now here comes Kuhlman. 6.5 minutes to go here. Penn by 2. Good defense so far from the Kingsmen. Their offense scored on 2 or 3 possessions. Kuhlman trying another one. No good. Price gets the offensive board. Foul. Couldn't fall, but he'll be shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, James. Just that size of Price on the inside, 6'8". He can just easily reach over the head of the defender right there and just easily get these offensive rebounds, which are going to be key for Penn to generate some offense, because sometimes, you know, these three-point shots are not going to go in all the time. So it's important to have Price on the glass, being able to put these points back. And we can see Kuhlman's already kind of trying, Coach Kuhlman is already trying to get the ball to the inside, try to use what they did last week against Black Hawk Christian to succeed and win this game. But I can't believe Brunner missed that layup, guys. I'm still
that was
struck.
It looked like that was a sure thing layup, but you know what? No such thing as a sure thing in high school basketball.
It's a wide open layup for Brunner, averaging 10 points per game for Brunner with 5 rebounds. That's almost, like you said, a for sure thing for Brunner that he should be able to knock down. Not able to that time.
6-2 our score. Penn leads. Here's Emmerich. He's there. One of their leading scorers. He reverses it in. It's 6-4. Leads the team with 17.7 points per game.
And that's as a sophomore, too. As a sophomore, averaging 17 points per game. He's going to be your main guy tonight, scoring all the shots here for Concord late in this game.
Bonner overpowered him and then missed the layup, and it's rebounded here by Concord. Bonner took a tumble to the ground, tipped ahead by Brunner. Now to the corner for 3. It's good from Emmerich.
Yeah, I mean, we can just talk about the growth of Emmerich real quick. Last year, he didn't really get too many minutes, came off the bench for Concord, and now he's just taking full star form like Kuhlman just did right there. Nice layup from Kuhlman. But yeah, Emmerich's done a great job. I mean, he's just, oh my.
Stolen by Obermeyer. Murphy ahead to Kuhlman. He had to slow up. Pass to the back door. Obermeyer lays it in. Very transitional game today.
Yeah, I was about to say, James, this game is moving at a really fast pace.
So far, Concord able to keep up so far. Only down by 3 right now. It's been the shootings of Emmerich so far that's been able to keep them in this ball game.
Well, it's the battle of the sophomore point guards. Emmerich and Kuhlman. He works in. Oh, and he just couldn't get it to fall. It was a nice job getting inside. Up ahead to Bonner. On the fast break, he lays it in. 12-7. Kingsmen with 4:50 to go. And a timeout by Concord.
A well-used timeout there for Concord, and I know it's only 12-7, but when you have Penn picking off passes like that and using their size to their advantage, you got to call timeout. You got to try to draw up a different game plan here for the first-year head coach, too, for Concord. I know you're only 1-2, but your first win last week, this week, against West Noble was a big win for Concord. They started off 0-2, losing to Elkhart, then losing to Angola. kind of two games you were hoping to grab at least one win out of that stretch, but you're 1-2 right now with a really big win over West Noble. So got a win coming in this game. Some confidence flowing. You can see that from Emmerich knocking down that three early here in the first quarter. Only 12-7 Concord trying to find a way to keep it close.
Yeah, and we said Penn has been a good team when it comes to close games last year. We saw them win 6 conference games, combined 45 points. It was really inflated by one game. A lot of the other games, Marion, St. Joe, very, very close. They beat Washington pretty big last year. That kind of bumped it up. But here's a near steal. It is a steal from Murphy, and he lays it in. Little pressure there, up, and he steals it, lays it in, and it's a 7-point lead for the Kingsmen with 4:37 to go.
Yeah, James was throwing me for a bit of a loop. It looks like they took out Emmerich, your leading scorer already. He's starting to get hot, and you pull him out the game. That was a little confusing move.
And here's Reese Brevard. Pass inside. Trying to lay it in. Can't get it to fall. Here comes Kuhlman. That pass went off a leg. That was Bo Brunner knocking it away. Now Brevard. 4:10 to go in the first quarter. 14-7 Penn. He pulls up just from outside the free throw line. No good, and Ben Murphy corrals the rebound. Here's Caleb Kuhlman. Getting a screen from Bonner. Didn't use it, just pulls up. No good. Obermeyer knocked it free, but it's picked up by Parker Schrock. In that game against West Noble, there were 5 players with...
Yeah, you can see Concord knows how to move this ball around. I know we talked about Emmerich being the star, but Concord does a great job of getting everyone involved, try to get them, each player going in their own specific role, in their own specific way, which kind of helps them build that momentum to help them be able to win these games.
We've got Emmerich coming back into the game. Cody Evans into the game.
Looks like Burton came in too, James.
Yeah, Burton did. Inbounded here, they've got Brevard. Hands it off, and they got to travel. Parker Schrock walked with the ball. So Penn still with a 7-point lead. 3.5 minutes to go. We're on a Friday night at the Palace. Ben Murphy's got it. Gonna try and drive inside, and a nice move to the hoop, but he couldn't finish it, and then a foul against Penn on the rebound.
Yeah, Price was just being aggressive as he always is on that offensive glass, and maybe just got a little push in the back there. But I gotta say, Concord's playing very physical on the inside. There's a lot of push from Concord trying to guard Price as Murphy was trying to get the ball to him inside.
There's Brevard gonna go into the corner. Parker Schrock back out. It's Emmerich swinging along the outside. Brunner for 3. And it's an air ball. Kuhlman's got it. Crowd's going to let him hear that one. Kuhlman looking to work. Gets inside and couldn't get it to fall. Cody Evans, offensive board. Decided not to go back up with it. Moves it outside. He likes to shoot that outside shot. So does Kuhlman. And he hits. Penn by 10 here with 2.5 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, James, I don't know if you saw that celly from the student section there. Kuhlman through the little John Morant celebration. Student section fell over.
Going inside, can't get it. Brady Emmerich got to the hoop. Couldn't find the bottom of the net. Here's Murphy, pull-up jumper, and it's in. Kingsmen 19-7, 2 minutes to go first quarter.
Well, when Penn gets on a run like this, it's very hard to stop him. And Concord and Tyler Layton is forced to use another timeout, and we're only in the first quarter still.
Yeah, and I think this has been the whole thing for Penn this year, James. They start off hot, they start off moving, but then, they get later, a little bit later into the game, and they maybe make some unnecessary turnovers that can slow them down sometimes. So I think that maybe should be a big improvement working towards this game for Coach Kuhlman in the practices.
Penn's been available, on the press. They've been available on the help side defense. They can do a lot on that defensive side of the ball, and when they can turn you over, they work very well in the fast break. They know how to pass the ball, and we're seeing it right now. You got guys like Ben Murphy, Caleb Kuhlman, Michael Burton. They know how to pass the ball, and they know how to get inside as well.
And we saw that. We saw the great passing. We saw the breakaway offense. We saw the shooting all last game on Tuesday against Blackhawk Christian, and they're just showing it again here in this game against Concord here early. Up by 12, 19-7, and I think it was only a 3-point game about 3 minutes ago. So Penn able to pull away here from Concord so far. Tyler Layton trying to make some changes against his former team here.
It's a 7-0 run here in the last maybe 2 minutes. Don't have the exact time on that, but it's around 2 minutes, and it's a quick 7-0 run for Penn. Caleb Martinez has come into the game. Here's Brevard going to hand it off. Brunner. Top of the key, now dishes on to Schrock for three. No good, and a rebound from Michael Burton. He moves it up the court. Who had some space there, going to try and drive inside. Now out to Martinez. Burton. Minute and a half to go in this opening quarter. Cody Evans, that's the spot he likes to shoot, but they defend it well with Schrock. Now he drives in, goes up with the right, and lays it in. Cody Evans, the bucket there.
Yeah, Cody Evans, he's not having the greatest start to his year, but I love the height that he has, being able to play inside there. He's finally using his strengths to his ability, and maybe that can get him going a little bit. Also thought Burton could maybe pulled up on that last drive, but I understand you're just a freshman, just trying to earn your minutes.
Shot from the outside, no good. Rebound by Burton. Kuhlman getting a rest right now. Here's Murphy, didn't shoot it, goes inside. Now back out to Evans. Murphy for three. Got it! A now 11-0 run for the Kingsmen.
This game is getting ugly quick.
And Concord's got to do something here. And an offensive foul, a moving screen. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. 24-7 Penn.
Kind of just a frustration foul right there for Concord. When the game's getting out of hand like this, 24-7, and you kind of let those hands get up a little too much, maybe throw a little bit of a shoulder into the guy you're trying to set a screen on. It's just all frustration so far for Concord, and Concord started off this game so well too. The shooting was well. They were playing pretty good defense too. They were able to make it into a 3-point game, but now quickly they have not scored in a bit here in this first quarter.
And Penn's done a even better side on the offensive game. It's loose on the ground. Obermeyer able to recover. Burton back out near half court. Was behind the back, crosses over, works inside, now kicks into the corner. Martinez driving the baseline, swings it to the opposite corner. Obermeyer inside to Bonner with 6 seconds in the first quarter. It's off the bottom of the rim. Now 3 seconds. Concord, deep three from Brunner, and he missed it all again. That ends the first quarter. Oh, Cody Evans just hit the rim, tuck it up after the buzzer there. And we'll hear from the fourth member of our crew, Michael Garassi, on that first quarter.
Thank you, James. That's a good half for the Kingsmen right there. Doing a good job of getting the ball inside. They're shooting from a high clip on the outside. A lot of it's coming from paint touches and kicking it out. So offense is looking good. The Minutemen can't seem to make up for the height difference. And on defense, we're doing a pretty good job of keeping them out of the paint. Except for number 22. He's looking to get to the rim pretty easily. But if we can stop him, everything's looking great. And so far, doing great for the Kingsmen. And thank you, James. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Michael. Good to hear from you. That's Brady Emmerich getting to the rim a lot, as he said. And, you know we expected that. Brady Emmerich, he's a guy that can knife his way to the hoop. And he was showing that in the early stages of the first quarter, but Penn was able to stop him. And what was Penn able to do there in that back half of the quarter to really go on that run, Ian?
They just we saw Emmerich, he drove and kicked the ball out. It's just whether or not could the other Concord players hit these three-point shots that Emmerich is creating for him, and it's just unfortunate there. Couple frustration fouls, couple of turnovers. Penn crowd getting loud. This is probably our loudest student section yet for Penn, so that's probably helping out a lot when Penn gets some things. And can we talk about Ben Murphy, James? I mean, he's usually just a passing kind of passer guy. He's going to lead this team. But he's been on fire. He's had 5 points, I'm pretty sure.
No, I was talking to him before the season started, before we played our opening game against Carroll, and it's always been, the story's been, man, he's got a good shot, but he doesn't shoot that much. And when I was talking to him, I'm like, he was saying, yeah, I kind of realized, I'm starting to hit some shots from the outside. I'm getting my confidence up. I'm going to try and shoot the ball a little bit more this year, and I understand why, because he's hitting.
Yeah. It's at 44% right now in shooting so far this year, so you see that confidence starting to grow. And as a basketball player, when your confidence is high, your shots are going to start to fall at the same time, too. So it's great to see Ben Murphy really shaping into his own form here.
And you're seeing when your confidence is low, like Concord, their shots are not falling right now.
Yeah.
J.J. Lee into the game with the ball, and he stepped out of bounds. Bonner playing great defense there.
It's just crucial mistakes that are really slowing Concord down. They've made a lot of just mistaken turnovers, and you can hear a little booze coming in as Brady Emmerich checks in from the student section.
I think Penn's realized who their leading scorer is.
I believe so. That will, of course, be Brady Emmerich. 17 points per game, and I know Concord only has 7 points on the board right now, but 17 points per game as a sophomore. He has a high potential.
Burton gets blocked going to the hoop. Here comes the Minutemen. It's Brady Emmerich, defended by Obermeyer, now into the corner. Schrock for three. That's no good. We got a foul on the rebound. It's going to be staying here, Concord basketball. With 7:22 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Schrock's usually a pretty decent three-point shooter, so I'm surprised he hasn't knocked a couple of these open opportunities down for Concord.
Yeah, he was shooting 50% from the field coming into this game and 50% from outside the arc. And a missed layup here as going to the hoop was Brennan Sheely. Now Burton dishes to Obermeyer. Swings it right now back to Burton. 7:10 to go, second quarter. Burton drives, little step to the left, and he's got it. 26-7.
We talked about that speed change from Burton, and he just used that completely to his advantage. He drove, he used his speed. We saw him get blocked another time, but that time he just took a little slow stutter step kind of right there. Got Emmer kind of off balance and just knocked the tough shot in. So that was a great adapt by Burton.
There's a three ball, no good from Brady Emmerich. Penn continuing this run. Kuhlman's got it. He's back into the game here in this second quarter. Kuhlman going to drive. Bounce pass to the inside. That's turned over. Here comes Brevard. He slows up. Now drops it back. Now Brevard for three. No good. Penn up 26-7 still. Concord has been stuck on 7 for an eternity. Evans drives the baseline, dishes. It was through the hands of Bonner, but it came out to Obermeyer. Cody Evans. Caleb Kuhlman. Kuhlman drives, goes up, foul, and one! This run just continues. It's a 16-0 run.
Yeah, just a great drive there by Kuhlman. You expect him to shoot from outside the arc, take those mid-range shots, but he's got a little strength to him, and he's still 6'6", so he has some pretty good size on the inside, and just use that there nice little bump off and just put a nice little layup in there for the and one, possibly. You're not allowed to talk anymore, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk on free throws anymore. I will say, though, Caleb Kuhlman is a pretty good free throw shooter here.
Here's his first free throw of the game. 5:52 to go, and he
misses it. Nathan.
No, we're gonna start muting the mic during these free throw attempts here. Brady Emmerich dishes on, moved inside. Wyrick goes up with it, no good, and a rebound from Kuhlman. Kingsman by 21. Obermeyer with 5.5 to go in the second quarter for three. No good. Bonner tipped it, couldn't get the rebound. Reese Brevard comes down with it. Dumped ahead. Emmerich denied by Kuhlman. Kuhlman the other way. He's got Wyrick on his back. Now on to Obermeyer for three. No good. And another offensive board. Bonner inside. Too strong off the glass. This game turning physical now.
Very physical game so far.
Concord still unable to score. Price fumbled the ball away, and then Bonner recovered. Up to Murphy, under 5 minutes to go. Deep three from Kuhlman, no good. Penn really working quick on these offensive possessions now, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, we probably talked about this plenty of times, James, but they were more like slow offense last year. And these fast breaks, they're taking every advantage that they can get.
And another missed three from the Minutemen. That one from Sheely.
They just can't knock down a shot, James.
Kuhlman on to Obermeyer, who just set an off-ball screen for Price.
It's been tough sledding so far for Concord. Not being able to hit a shot.
Murphy working inside, couldn't get it. He was fouled going after the rebound. 4:18 to go in the second quarter. It's 28-7. Penn still on a 16-0 run that started back with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And Concord now is looking at now about 9 minutes without scoring a single bucket.
They can't even get a free throw either.
Oh yeah, not being able to get a free throw off right now. It is a rough one right now for Concord, and after a hot start, they have gone ice cold.
Murphy to Kuhlman. He shoots another three. And that one's in and out. He's not started too hot. A foul on Murphy trying to swipe the ball away. And Kuhlman, a lot of these shots, they're open. They're just not falling tonight. He scored at a high clip this year, but right now, not falling.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that a little bit last game, James. You know, he didn't have the strongest start in the first half versus Blackhawk Christian, but, you know, he turned up a little bit in the third quarter when this team needs him the most. So, for right now, I mean, it's 28-7. You know, maybe this is the game to maybe go a little bit colder. You have that pressure as a star player to always play like 20 points per game, but it's okay if you have a cold game and you just play your role.
That one from Sheely, no good. Rebounded by Mikhail Price. And Murphy up ahead. Martinez for three. No good, and Penn's starting to go cold from outside.
Concord needs to start making some buckets right now. If Penn's going to go cold.
Wyrock gets his first basket of the game.
And yeah, just a nice little found him on the inside. Just a nice little fadeaway. Didn't expect it, and Kuhlman just got an easy lane. There's just no one there to guard him.
Easy finger roll right back in. 3:10 to go, second quarter, 30-9. Penn leads. Into the corner it goes. Wyrick tried to throw it back out. It got tipped. Brevard's got it. Dylan Miller hasn't seen much action in this one so far. Schrock trying to drive. That one deflected but still got through. Now driving. Sheely is fouled by Murphy. .245 to go, second quarter, 30-9.
Yeah, it's just a hard foul there. Murphy thought he got all of the ball as he saw the reaction after the play was over. Murphy was a little frustrated, and he's now having a word with the ref.
He's pleading his case there, but going to be to no avail. That's his second foul. His team's third of the quarter. First free throw is no good. From Brennan Sheely, he coming into this game was 3 for 4 from the line. A couple subs here. Michael Burton and Cody Evans going to come back into the game. These were the guys in the game when Penn started that big run. Second free throw is good, and it's 30-10. Brunner checks back in for Concord. Michael Burton carries it ahead. He's got it to Caleb Kuhlman. Bounce pass off the hands of Martinez and out of bounds. So Concord gets the ball back. Penn leading by 20 with just over 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Concord going to push it up the floor. Stepping back was Miller. Pass deflected and stolen by Kuhlman. Kuhlman going to bounce pass. Inside, Burton lays it in.
That's
32-10.
That's what you get with the speed of Burton.
Three ball, no good. Tip to Kuhlman. 2:10 to go. Kuhlman moving up the floor. Got it stripped out of his hands. It's going to be out of bounds. It will remain with the Kingsmen.
So far in this game, everything is going towards Penn right now, and it's great to see this too before you have to hit the road tomorrow for a tough matchup.
And they'll be taking on number 1 Fishers tomorrow.
They are ranked first in the state, but also 23rd in the country right now.
That's going to be an exciting matchup, an interesting matchup for Penn. Foul there as Price was going up, 1:56 to go, second quarter. And we'll see really that game, if you hang with Fishers, then you start to wonder, what could this team do? You know, you already hung with Crown Point, lost by 4 at Crown Point. Well, they're number 2 in the state. You hang with number 1 Fishers, then you start asking questions. First one up and good.
You never know what can happen on any given night.
Exactly.
And you're hoping for that kind of night tomorrow night when they hit the floor to take on Fishers, and that Fishers team is loaded with a lot of talent.
Well, they've only won 59 of their last 61 games.
Yeah, yeah, they've only lost, like you said, 2 games.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, is that really even that good? Like,
oh, I'm sure those stats have been thrown around. That might be bulletin board material.
It might be.
Brevard thought about the 3. Martinez came out to cover him. Minute 40 to go, second quarter. Penn by 24. That'll cut it to 21. A 3 ball from the corner for Parker Schrock. He's been waiting for one of those to fall.
Yeah, like you said, James, they've got a couple of plays getting him off the back screens, trying to get him some open threes, and he just couldn't finish. And it's Kuhlman. Ooh, nice lay there by Kuhlman.
Yeah, he was just able to work inside there, and when you got a guy like him, he's tall too. He may be a point guard, but he's also big. He's a all-around player. Can work inside and outside. That one off the backboard hard. Blocked again by Evans. Evans putting together a nice half of basketball here.
He is. He really is. It's great to see, too.
Burton tried to get inside. His one was partially tipped and off the window. Picked up by Schruck. They'll move it ahead. Reese Bavard, 50 seconds to go, second quarter. Now working inside and pulling up. That's good from Emmerich.
If Emmerich can continue to make shots like those, and you only hope, you only wished if you were a Concord fan that he was able to do that earlier in this game. So good to see the sophomore getting some, meaningful minutes here.
Another finger roll from Kuhlman. It's 38-15 with 22 seconds and counting.
Yeah, Kuhlman's just slashing this defense on the inside. They just can't guard him. It's just as simple as that. Every single time he drives, he just has an easy finger roll layup.
Brevard dishes on to Emmerich. 10 seconds to go in the half. Martinez defends. 7 seconds. Into the corner for Schruck. Back out to Emmerich. 4 seconds. Pulls up for 3, and it's no good with a second to go. That one will not count if it goes. It was no good anyway. 38-15 our score at halftime. And before we head to break, let's head over to Michael Garassi. His thoughts on the first half.
Thank you, James. In this second quarter, it was just a lot of the same. Kingsman banging the ball down low, making good passes, and I think we did an even better job on defense this quarter. No easy buckets for the Minutemen, and I think we just got to keep up this physical offense and keeping them out of the paint on defense, and it should be a good game for the Kingsmen. Thank you, James.
No problem. Thank you, Michael. At 38-15 our score at halftime. It's a 15-minute halftime today, and we're going to step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll have our breakdown of the first half and then a look into the second half. We'll be back shortly on the Pennant. 38-15 our score. And welcome back. Coming out of halftime here. Kingsmen lead it 38-15 with 2.5 minutes left here in the halftime intermission. Some stats in that first quarter. Caleb Kuhlman, in that first half at least. Caleb Kuhlman, you know, it looked like he was having a slower start because he was missing a lot of shots. He still ended up with 17 points in that first half.
Shooting's not working. He's just going to drive inside instead.
Exactly. You know, Michael Burton's got 4 points as well. Ben Murphy with 7. Really just a dominant first half from the Kingsmen. Nothing that blew you out of the water, but just all around it was near perfection other than a couple turnovers here and there. But what did you like from that first half, Ian?
Yeah, I like the fact that Penn was just moving the ball really well in the fast break. You know, Concord, they had some open shots. They're just not able to knock down these open layups, these open threes. And Penn's really benefiting off that. Their speed is just killing them on the fast break. Whether it's Kuhlman driving in, Burton driving in, that's where they're getting some of their points. And then they're also being able to, like we said at the beginning of the game, being able to use their size against some Price getting inside on the boards, Bonner getting inside. James, what I like to see out of Coach Kuhlman is maybe play the bench more. We saw them kind of struggle in these other games to kind of generate some offense. So I'd like to maybe see if they can generate a little bit more chemistry. Because, when you're going to Fishers, your starting lineup can't do everything for you. You're eventually going to need a rest. I mean, maybe Caleb Kuhlman doesn't need a rest, but some of the rest of the starters might. So you definitely want to develop the bench a little. Yeah,
Fishers, they play a very fast game. And it's going to be an uphill battle no matter what here in this game against Fishers tomorrow. But, it doesn't matter how much you can practice tonight on the bench. It just comes down to, do you catch Fishers on a bad day tomorrow, and are you playing your best basketball? That's what it comes down to tomorrow. But here's some first half stats. Michael Burton, 4 points. He was 2 for 4 from the field. Ben Murphy, 7 points. He was 3 for 5 from the field. It was 1 for 1 from the three-point line as well. Caleb Kuhlman, 8 for 13 from the field. He was missing a lot of shots in a little stretch there, but he ended up 8 for 13, 17 points. Had 8 rebounds in that first half, 4 assists as well, the 2 turnovers. Caleb Martinez was 0 for 1 from the field. He had an open 3, just couldn't get it to fall. Lucas Obermeyer, 1 for 3 from the field, 2 points. Had a quiet day for him, but looking to turn it around here in this second half.
James, I have a question for you. Do they have team shooting percentages on there?
Yes, they sure do. Penn is shooting 51% from the field, 25% from the three-point line. Concord is shooting 20% from the field.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering,
and
James.
16%, that's 2 for 12 from the three-point line.
Yeah.
That is not a recipe for success.
And what's really surprised me out of the stats is that Penn and Concord have both hit 2 3-pointers. That's the one thing that has really jumped out at me, that Penn has this big of a lead, but it's their ability to get down low, drive to the hoop, and get the easy money buckets through the layups here.
We're underway here in this second half. Here's Caleb Kuhlman. I'm going to add on inside. Price will lay it in. He had 4 points on 4 free throws in the first half. He's got 6 points now, his first field goal.
Yeah, the Concord defender there just absolutely lost. Price with just an easy, wide-open layup there. Just probably one of the easiest baskets you're ever going to get here at Penn.
Inside, denied by Bonner. Offensive board. Brevard dishes out, 3-ball from Schruck. It's good. That's his shot there in the corner.
Yeah, he's starting to heat up a little bit, James. We saw him struggle from that in the first half. He hit one to end the half and carried well over into the second half.
Here's Lucas Obermeyer in the corner. Inside, just nearly stolen. Kuhlman recovers. Murphy wide open. It's money. 43-18, Penn leads with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That's the comments you love to see out of Ben Murphy here early in the season. Like you said, you talked to him before the season started. He said he's going to shoot a lot more than what he normally does, and that confidence is flowing tonight.
2 for 2 from the three-point line tonight for Murphy. 3-ball from Schruck. It's good again. That's his third 3 of the game. And when he's a guy that he hits one, he's got more. He's got more in the tank. All it takes is one. Get him going.
Starting to find a rhythm here a little bit more for Schruck right now, trying to get more into a rhythm. Now, if you're Concord, you just need to make some stops right now. Concord starting to score the ball a little bit more. Now you just need the defense to step up.
It's going to be hard on Kuhlman. Tries to lay it in. Tip in. It's good from Price on the tip in. It's 45-21.
Yeah, just I mean, we can't say it anymore. When you got a guy at 6'8" at the high school level, he's going to mostly outsize most of the players on the floor. And just a good tip there by Kuhlman.
Stolen there by Price. Kuhlman's got it. Bounce pass, fumbled by Price. He had a layup. He was thinking about if he wanted to lay it in or dunk it there. That was a beautiful pass by Kuhlman.
Yeah, that transition is just moving right now for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, that's their first mistake there in transition. And that wasn't even much of a mistake, just kind of a lapse there. But timeout from Concord, a quick 30-second timeout. Price has had a chance to put the Kingsmen up by more here, but it's still 45-21 with 5:58 to go in the third quarter of play. Penn looking to just keep it under control on the defensive side.
Still 45-21. So if Penn continues this offensive rhythm in the third quarter, you can maybe see a bench trying to get some more minutes, try to experiment with them a little, try to get them going, as I stated during halftime. Maybe see if this bench can get a little bit more smoothly chemistry-wise. So you're better off later down in the stretch of the season.
So 5:58 to go. They get it in. Here is Brevard. Reese Brevard, the star receiver for the Minutemen. That's denied by Price. He'll pull up. Brevard can't knock it down. It's loose. Another offensive board. And on the third time, Brennan Sheely able to lay it in. Caleb Kuhlman handling the ball here. 45-23, 5:30 to go, third quarter. Ben Murphy going to drive, pull up from the elbow, and he held on to it too long. It turns into a pass for Bonner. Reverse and lay it in. 47-23.
Just like we said last week, James, it was an intended pass right there from Murphy. He likes to share the ball a lot, so that was just another assist.
Just deception there. Here's
all part of his plan.
Here's Brevard giving it on to Emmerich. Knocked away, but a foul on Price. 5:01 to go, 47-23, Penn leads.
And here's another thing I kind of noticed, James. There hasn't been a lot of foul calls on both sides. It's been a pretty smooth game, pretty fair game, even though there's been some physical matters.
That's the type of game Penn likes to play. They like to play a game that we can be physical, but we also don't want to foul. Pass came in, dish back to Brevard. It's defended by Bonner all the way across the court now. Driving the baseline, back to Brevard. There from Miller. Out to Emmerich on Murphy. Help from Price. Tried to reverse under and around by Price, but it's out of bounds. Coming back to the Kingsmen.
You notice the slashing ability from Emmerich that they're looking out for. So you see as Emmerich keeps driving in, you see he's always finding an open guy. It's just, can these shots go down? And then when they get the ball, Penn is doing a really good job of collapsing on the Concord offensive side, so they can't even get a shot up even if he does find the outlet pass.
There's Murphy's shot, too strong, tipped in the air by Price. That was off of Obermeyer, and it will be Concord basketball. 4:23 to go in the third quarter.
In Concord now, they're starting to put the ball in the hoop a little bit more here, but the only problem is that their defense still hasn't found a way to stop the size that Penn has against them.
Yeah, not consistently, at least. They stopped them on that last possession, but overall, this whole game, Penn's just had too much down low. Pull up and hit from Brady Emmerich.
That was a great contest by Obermeyer there, but when you have he just rises so far up on his shot, Emmerich does, and Bonner just got free to the basket.
Bonner, easy layup, doesn't get much easier than that. Perfect pass, and then he's able to spin away. This one nearly stolen, but it's kept alive by Emmerich. Moving to his right, going to pull up from the elbow, and banks in off the window. And Bonner will inbound it here to Kuhlman. 49-27, Penn leads, 3:35 to go, third quarter.
Emmerich's just having himself a night right now for Concord. Really able to get to the hoop, go downhill, and score some buckets here for Concord.
Murphy inside, Kuhlman waits, got fouled, and he'll be shooting 2 free throws with 3:23 to go.
Yeah, great patience there by Kuhlman. He just waited till the defender jumped in the air, then tried to draw the foul while still getting that and one. unfortunately couldn't knock it in, but still at the free throw line. And Nathan, this is the time for you to be a little quiet.
I won't say anything.
Coolman will make the first free throw. I'm just noticing here, Tingle. Just noticing. You didn't say anything there.
I know. But really overall, Coleman, a great shooter for anywhere around the court, whether that's from the outside, inside, here at the foul line here, and normally a really good free throw shooter here for the Kingsmen.
51-27 if he hits it, and he does.
Okay. Got a little lucky there.
Yeah. I think I'm like, what?
You're about 50%.
Yeah, I'm about 50% on announcer jinxes so far.
Maybe save it when Concord's shooting free throws.
I did it to Bro Brunner once during football season.
There's a layup from the quarterback, Bo Brunner.
There you go.
51-29. Penn still leading here. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Coolman going to move strong side. Floater won't go, but he's fouled. He's going to the charity stripe again.
I think maybe I got a jinx now, James. I said
Oh,
how
geez.
disciplined both teams have been, and now there's been just fouls continuously. So, I don't know. Maybe I just got to stop talking about fouls.
And so far, Coleman has only missed 2 free throws this whole year for the Penn Kingsmen.
There's one made, 52-29. Emmerich checks back in. Coolman, his first team All-NIC last year. One of the first freshmen for the Kingsmen to be that highly regarded. Makes the second free throw, 53-29, Penn leads. It will be Reese Brevard. 2:50 to go in this third quarter of play. Michael Burton defending. Him and Evans have checked back in. Obermeyer and Price came out. Some contact. Brunner too high. Picked up near Bonner and leaves it for Coolman. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Murphy in the corner thought about it. Now Bonner inside. Evans going to lay it in.
It's a good sight for Cody Evans to knock that one down, averaging 1.5 points per game. Not the start of the year he wanted, but putting up some great minutes, some great basketball being played tonight by Cody Evans.
Overall, his defense has been good as it was there. No one box not, though, and it's an easy lay for Bo Brunner. 55-31, 2 minutes to go. Yeah, Evans, his defense has always been good. It's just the offense, it's kind of lagged behind, but he's starting to get adjusted. You know, he's a transfer still in his first full season now. Burton behind the back jumper won't go. And now here comes Brady Emmerich working on Murphy. Half turn, knocked away, came back out. Brevard for three, in and out. Rebound, out of bounds. It will be Penn basketball with 1:36. Going to see Price come back into the game along with Brennan Sheely. Bonner going to come out for Price, and Brunner going to go to the bench for Concord. Now Overmeyer looking to check in. He will. Along with Parker Schruck.
Uh-oh, Coolman's getting a break, James.
I didn't know that was allowed. Coolman going to go get some well-needed rest. Got to get the load management. You got another game tomorrow. It'll be their 5th game in 8 days.
It is something you don't see a lot, though, is Coleman taking a rest on the bench.
Yeah.
He has a very high playing rate.
And a layup from Evans. He's starting to get hot now for Penn.
That is what you want to see out of Cody Evans, using his size to his advantage.
57-31, 1:06 to go. Swatted away by Price. Here's Murphy. Gets inside. Oh, a Euro step and a lay. 59-31, Penn just taking over.
Put that on Sports Center's top 10 plays of the week. What a transition.
Foul there on Obermeyer. You could hear the smack from here.
Yeah, I was about to say, James, that block, gnarly, and then what a Euro step by Murphy. Got Emmerich off his feet and didn't even know where Murphy was after that.
That entire sequence was just pure perfection from the Kingsmen. Just going to reset the inbound timer there to Schruck. Just knocking it off the defender here. Now they get it in. Wyrick gave it back. Now they swing it outside. Emmerich for three. It's almost banked it in. Price, 40 seconds to go, third quarter, 59-31. Burton with his left hand jump stop off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Back out to Murphy, 30 seconds, he pulls up for three, and no good. Rims out there, 25 seconds, third quarter. Back outside there from McCain, he's got it back now. McCain only played in one game this year, no points, now a turnover. Murphy doesn't Euro step this time, still working on Emmerich, gets his own rebound. Now lays it in on the second chance, 61-31, 7 seconds to go. And then now a turnover, Price works in, and off the glass, no good, couldn't lay it in. This one good if it goes, oh, and it nearly did. But Penn leads by 30 at the end of three. And I'm sure all positive things here from Michael Garasi. His thoughts on that third quarter.
Thank you, James. Kingsmen are keeping their lead pretty well. Continuing to get it inside. We're relying a lot on the pick and roll just to get our ball handlers to the inside. And not a lot of passing it to the inside as much as we did in the first half in this third quarter. We're kind of relying more on the dribble. Same thing for Concord, too. They're trying to get the ball inside, mostly with number 22 again. He's doing a good job of getting there, making some good passes. But so far, the Kingsmen have done a good job of containing him, and hopefully we keep that up for the third quarter. Thank you, James.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. Good hearing from you today. 61-31 our score at the end of three. Total domination from the Kingsmen, really from start to finish outside of those first 5 minutes maybe. It was a little slow start, but after that, just utter domination. Concord has been blown out of the water here tonight. 8 minutes to go in this one. Penn just going to be putting the finishing touches on. Coolman will come back out. I wonder if Coolman played this whole game, if he could have had a shot at that career high for him he set against Carroll earlier this year when he had 34 points against the Chargers. Guess we'll never know. Concord to start with the ball.
Yeah, I guess that is true, James, but when you're up by 30, you maybe don't want to risk injury. Maybe save some of his stamina. Like we've talked about, you're playing the number one team in Fishers tomorrow, so you definitely want to save some of his energy for that game tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Definitely a tough turnaround, though, for the Kingsmen, having to play a night game tonight on a Friday night, having to turn around, wake up the very next morning, tomorrow morning, and then drive all the way down to Southport, Indiana for a matchup with Fishers. That's going to be a travel. That's a tough turnaround, though, for the Kingsmen. But
I'm sure that even just the scenery tomorrow is going to be beautiful for them. They'll be leaving here at 3 o'clock. They'll be driving down. Hopefully they stay safe. So supposed to be some snow down there.
Yeah.
But to Southport there. Beautiful gym at the Southport Fieldhouse. Holds 6,744. It's the 7th largest gym in America. And, of course, in Indiana, we hold 8 of the 12 largest high school gyms. And, there's one pretty close to here, the famous North Side Gymnasium. Burton going to drop it in, 63-31.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But here, it means a little bit more to us here in Indiana.
Exactly. Emmerich gets that one to fall. Back to a 30-point game with 7:08 to go. Nothing better than Indiana high school basketball.
You got to love it. I mean, you just love all the history behind Indiana basketball, all the great teams, great players that came out of the state.
Long range three. Good from Burton. His first three of the night. His second of the season. Crowd chanting he's a freshman, knowing plenty of good things to come. Stolen by Kuhlman on the attempted baseline bounce. Burton. Martinez for three. And no good. An offensive board. Price got it over to Kuhlman. That one off both sides of the iron. Evans, they'll say his foot was out of bounds. With 6:18 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, James, and you're starting to get Burton and Evans. They're starting to get going now. And, this is maybe building them some confidence for next parts of this year, as they've both been a little bit on the colder side.
Schruck again from the corner. Man. He's hit his last 4 threes.
Yeah, as I was saying, if you get these guys started and you can get the bench going and you got other scoring options, then this Penn team can be dangerous, James.
Price is fouled as he was going up. Score is 66-36. With just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
I mean, this Concord team, it has some talent on the team. Parker Strook, Brady Emmerich, Bo Brunner, Reese Pervar. I mean, you got some really good athletes on this Concord team. So I would like to say that this Concord team, if they can really get it together here coming down later into the stretch, then you can see this Concord team possibly doing something in their own conference in the NLC.
Timeout from Layton there in Concord. This crowd loving it. 67-36 our score, just under 6 minutes to go. But yet, the thing with most the two teams that Layton has coached, both of his teams, they've really peaked at the end of the season. That's been the key. They were able to make it to regionals last year with Jimtown, a team that was just what they got something on the video board here. They've got Lucas Obermeyer. They got Lucas Obermeyer singing all I want.
Christian Meyer laughing in the huddle because of it.
But that's not what
Lucas Obermeyer.
He's singing on the video board here.
And the crowd cheers after that singing performance by Lucas Obermeyer.
That's got to be the best thing they've shown on this video board.
And I wish you could see it.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is hilarious.
That is funny.
They've got some singing talent on this team. Christian Bonner, also a choir member. He sung the national anthem last year.
Oh my gosh.
You just love the vibe that Obermeyer brings to this Penn team. He brings the team together.
He sure
He's always a fun character to have on the team.
This whole team is filled with characters.
If there was a picture you could use to describe glue guy, it's Lucas Obermeyer.
Oh my goodness.
But as I was saying, with Tyler Layton teams, they peak at the end of the year, and with this talent, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the tournament if they can keep things going here. That's going to be over and back.
I'm sorry. Dude. Obermeyer, we need to get him to sing the national anthem one time.
We gotta get Obermeyer and Bonner to do a duet for the national anthem.
Oh my gosh.
That was
good.
a treat to listen to. Here's Ben Murphy with 5.5 to go. Kings have been up 68-36. It's been all good vibes tonight from the Palace. Evans outside to Kuhlman. Gonna try and work in. Evans, he's having a nice night, and he's fouled, toppling over Brevard. And he'll be fouled. That's the second foul.
Reese Brevard, man, he's got some jumps to him. He can really get up there. He's shown it in the football season. They called traveling on Cody Evans, but Reese Brevard, though, he showed that he can jump in football season. He was a wide receiver and running back for that Concord team. And that Concord football team this past year was a treat to watch. I will say that. And Reese Brevard also was a treat to watch also with Bo Brunner in the backfield. And overall, that Concord team, great run in the season. Coming up short against Maryville in this semi-state was a tough one for sure.
Nothing to be ashamed of, though.
No.
I mean, that was a great Maryville team.
It is.
We got two teams that made it pretty far in their respective classes in football.
St. Joe.
Oh, St. Joe as well, yeah. There's a layup. A little teardrop into the hoop.
Can't forget about Knox either.
A lot of good teams from there. This is about the best area season we've had in Hawaii. You had Knox, you had Penn, you had Concord,
St. Joe.
I mean, all those teams. LaVille even made it
Yeah.
to regionals.
LaVille went really far this year.
Martinez drives, can't get it to find Pater. Brevard working on Obermeyer to get across half court, and then a steal. Obermeyer coming back up ahead to Bonner. He's got Martinez in the corner. That three ball is good. 71-38 with 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
You love to see that out of Caleb Martinez, too. Really finding his rhythm as a senior here. You love to see Caleb Martinez get some meaningful minutes here on varsity. really on the JV teams past couple years. Worked his way up to varsity, and he's making his minutes count.
3-ball Schrock was fouled. They can't stop him in that corner. You love to see it from Martinez. He's just a gritty guy. He paid his dues at JV. He always looked like one of the best players on the court when he was playing junior varsity, and now up to the varsity team. And it's just good to see him get into the rotation. He's getting minutes, and he's proven himself time and time again. First free throw was good from Schrock. Makes him 3 for 3 on the year on the free throws.
Yeah, just like we were saying about Martinez, he kind of just he always has a nice little bucket in there just to get himself kind of going. Great kid. He's pretty chill in Spanish class, I have to say. You know.
I'm sure he's of course paying attention to Spanish, but I'm sure he's always watching film and whatnot as well.
Yeah, I mean, he does his work. He's a great character, pretty chill guy, to be honest.
That second free throw was no good. This third one is good to make it 71-40. Here's Michael Burton, who just checked back into the game. He's had some wild plays tonight. Working on J.J. Lee here, lost a handle. Rolls over to Cody Evans bowling style there. Didn't knock over any pins, but it was picked up. Burton, a little floater. No good, and Bonner couldn't corral the offensive board. Dylan Miller moved it ahead. J.J. Lee thought about pulling up, now works in, tumbling down to the ground. Now, shot from Wyrick, it's good. 71-42.
Yeah, Wyrick's had some pretty good baskets in the last couple of minutes as Coach Kuhlman calls the timeout.
71-42 with 3:26 to go. Tomorrow you can watch the Penn Fishers game live on the INSC network. That game tips off around 8:30 tomorrow night, depending on what kind of schedule they're on. It's going to be a nice night of basketball, a nice day of basketball down in the Southport tip-off. I think that starts the first game. They've got, 6 games starting at 11 a.m. Penn is the nightcap. We were going to go down there, but
some safety issues.
Yeah, driving in the snow is never fun.
Especially on, 31?
Yeah,
that
US
connects
31.
to US 31. That can get pretty rough.
Get a little
pretty quickly.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
We've got all the things tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Just looked at our monitor. We've got our second camera out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Here, Michael Burton. Hey, he's walked back into the gym. There's Griffin.
I think our cameraman Griffin used the bathroom.
I think he had to go to the bathroom. There's a foul. He does a great job, though. Griffin, he's done a phenomenal job tonight. Good to have him along.
He's a great kid too. He's a great kid.
He is.
And all of our camera crew guys too. Oliver up there, Diego helping us out here, Griffin, you guys, Sega Frederick too.
Our amazing crew. First free throw, good there from Evans. Not what I expected when I looked to my right. I see the monitor, see the camera out in the hallway by the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like Patton's checked in. Had a pretty good game JV today. He's usually their leader in points, and he looks like he's about to get some varsity minutes in the last 3 minutes.
Jesherin Patton into the game. Used to go by Jay, now goes by the full Jesherin. Another corner three from Schruck. And I would have started to question some things if that one fell. Maybe this guy turned automatic. Burton to Jesherin Patton. Oh, and it doesn't go. Gets his own rebound. Counted in a foul. Jesherin Patton. Oh, it's great to see everyone getting involved.
Crowd love that from Patton right there. You can see the Penn sideline got up. Oh, you love to see some JV players get their first minutes on varsity, and let alone get an and one for your first basket. That's definitely something to get the crowd going.
What a sight.
If he makes this free throw here, this crowd's going to go nuts here.
They love it here. No good, but a putback, it's good. It's tipped in by Obermeyer. Give him the assist on that. I don't know if that's how that works, but you know what? Give it to him anyway.
Why not, man? He deserves it.
Schruck inside. Wyrick, it's good.
Wyrick being probably one of the bright spots here for Concord. He's got a couple of buckets in the last couple of minutes. Now
Free
it looks
ball
like
from Evans. It's good. Ebonite Cody Evans.
His first three ball of the season.
Yes.
After starting 0 for 7 on three-pointers.
An air ball from Concord. 2 minutes to go. 79-44 Penn leads. Here's Jesherin Patton. Got it again. He's got 4 points. And the bench is waving around towels for him.
Well, it looks like Oni's going to get some of his first minutes, too, as he was going at the score
Okay.
table. Now he comes in.
It's an everyone kind of night. They got Colin Oni coming into the game.
Let the young Bulls eat, James.
That's right. 81-44.
This is a great sight to see. Got Colin Oni out there. Now checking into the game, and we've had everything tonight.
This is about the youngest lineup I've seen Penn throw out there. You got Burton, Patton, and Oni. Dylan Miller gave it inside, no good. Offensive board from McCain. J.J. Lee. Parker Schruck trying to move inside. Defended by Evans. That goes through the legs of Wyrick, and it's out of bounds with 1:29 to go, and they're going to get even more substitutions here.
I think we're putting our whole JV starting lineup for the most part right here, James.
This will have now every single player on the varsity roster in the game here with the running clock with 1:10 to go.
Yeah, Jackson Smith checks in. Shrippa checks in.
This is great to see. This is, except for Burton still on the court, this is your JV starting lineup.
This is now everybody listed as eligible for tonight's game on Penn side has played. 50 seconds to go.
This is great to see.
Burton going to move in and lay it in himself. 83-44. 40 seconds to go. Ben Sharippa into the game. He defends the three. It's no good. Burton's got the rebound. Sharippa, he's got it in the corner. He thought about it. Now he drives. Dishes. That's knocked out of bounds by J.J. Lee. He was looking to hit Jackson Smith in the opposite corner. 20 seconds to go and counting as it's a running clock now. Can they get one more shot here for someone? Jackson Smith has it with 12 seconds. He moves in. Back out to Sharippa. He hoists the three, and it's no good. Rebounded by Smith with 4 seconds. Jackson Smith, no good. Patton put back, no good to end the game. 83-44. Total domination from the Kingsmen. A wonderful night in Mishawaka as Penn wins in dominant fashion. Kingsmen move to 3-1. Concord falls to 1-3. Penn with some good vibes moving into the game tomorrow with #1 Fishers. We'll step aside for a moment. When we come back, a full game breakdown on the Pennant. And welcome back, Kingsmen basketball on the Pennant. 83-44, our final tonight. Penn wins in simple fashion over the Minutemen. Ian, what did you like on the offensive side of the ball? What was there not to like? I mean, there's a lot to like. What did you like the most here, Ian?
I mean, we just started out hot as ever. We moved the ball around great. And, you know, even with Kuhlman maybe not having the hottest game, what I really liked was we saw a lot of stars and breakout games from other players showing that they have potential to be able to put some points up on the board. We saw Cody Evans, Burton went into double digits. We saw a lot of potential from this team, and that's what you want to like, you know. You don't need your star player to maybe go out and drop 30 every game like Kuhlman usually does. It's just a nice sign to see that there's more stars and there's a lot more potential to this Penn team than people see.
You know, and then Tingle Obviously, offense was fantastic. Defense held them to 44 points. What was this defense doing to stop them?
It was closing out on the shots. It was getting great rebounds, blocking shots too. I mean, this defense is a feisty, fiery group of boys that they want the ball no matter what, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get the ball, whether that's getting steals, generating fast breaks on the other side, tipping passes go their way. But I love how they're able to close out on the shooters that Concord had today. I know Strook had a really good night in the second half, but still, they were still closing out really well on Strook. He was still able to knock down some shots. So, and going into a big game tomorrow against Fishers, if this defense can hold up like it did today, I definitely feel like they got a really good shot going into tomorrow if they can play the same defense they did today.
And there's only so much you can do on a defense like that, but after tonight's game and what we saw against Crown Point, obviously that's probably the more accurate comparison to what Fishers is. They're a big team, they're a fast team, they're an athletic team. They can do it all. If you ask Fishers to do something, they will say yes, and they will do it with flying colors. What is this defense going to have to do, Ian, to slow down Fishers?
You're going to have to get more physical than you've ever been before. You got to close out quicker. You're going to have to use most of your energy, and that's in your body. You're going to have to play probably one of the hardest defenses of your life. You're going to have to be able to close out these shots quickly. You can't even let them get their hands up. You're going to have to play very physical in the paint, which we've seen a lot from Penn so far. So that's a good sign when you're going against this, like you said, athletic, best team in the state. So you're putting your blood on the line for this game.
It's what you're going to have to do. And then on the offensive side of the ball, from what I've seen, Fishers, not Crown Point. Fishers, they run this year at least. I've seen a lot of a 2-3 zone, similar to what Coach Boeheim at Syracuse used to run back when they had those Final Four teams, stuff like that. Tingle, what does the Penn offense have to do to kind of get past that 2-3 zone that's been so stifling, one of the best defenses in the league, in the state?
Well, you got to get open shooters, too. You got to get Caleb Kuhlman open. And you're going to have to use Price. You're going to have to use Bonner down low. If for whatever reason your shooters like Coleman go quiet tomorrow night, you're going to have to get the good rebounders, too. So in that 2-3 zone, at some point and in some possessions, if you move the ball quick enough around, you're going to have an open shooter. So when you have that open shot opportunity, you got to make sure you take advantage of it. You also have to get shots up. You have to get a high percentage of shots up there tomorrow night. You get more shots up there, more shots are going to start to fall. You can set some off-ball screens, get some guys open, because like you said, this defense is one of the best defenses in the state of Indiana. They close on shooters very well. They're a physical defense. They're going to have a body on whoever has the ball. So this is a tough Fishers team tomorrow night, but if Penn can really get going, if Penn can shoot 89, 83 points like they did tonight, if they can do that same thing tomorrow night, they have a real opportunity to pull off a pretty big upset. And I know we're ranked 20th in the state, and we're playing the best team in the state tomorrow, but this Penn team, they got the guys, they got the ability to do something special tomorrow night.
You need Coach Kuhlman to come up with an Herb Brooks speech in that.
I watched that movie today.
They're going to need him to have some sort of speech in that locker room to get him fired up. Some leading scorers tonight for the Kingsmen: Caleb Kuhlman with 21, Ben Murphy with 14, Michael Burton had 11. That's his best game of the year. Michael Burton, loved what I saw from him tonight.
Yeah.
But, it's going to come down to Penn's going to have to play their best game of their lives tomorrow against Fishers, and you're going to need Fishers to give Penn some breaks because that team can do it all. That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Pennant. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Ashland Benes Prom and Formal Dress Wear. Big thanks to them. Thanks for tuning in tonight on the Pennant. I'm James Baseman alongside Nate Tingle, Ian Mays. Kingsmen win it 83-44 tonight, a dominant win. We will see you later. Go enjoy tomorrow's game. That'll be on the INSC network. Penn and Fishers tomorrow night, 8:30 from Southport. Until next time, have a nice time.